How many of us will say, God, if you will just show me what it looks like, then I'll do it. But that's not what he's asking. Let's look at Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. What is faith? It is the confident assurance that what we hope for is going to happen. It is the evidence of things we cannot yet see. It was by faith that Abraham obeyed God when he called him to leave home and go to another land. It was by faith that Sarah, together with Abraham, was able to have a child. It was by faith that Abraham offered Isaac as a sacrifice. It was by faith that Isaac blessed his 2 sons. It was by faith that Jacob, when he was old and dying, blessed each of Joseph's sons and bowed in worship. It was by faith that Joseph, when he was about to die, confidently spoke of God's bringing the people of Israel out of Egypt. It was by faith, it was by faith, it was by faith, it was by faith. And verse 39 says, all of these people we have mentioned received God's approval because of their what? Because of their faith. Yet none of them received all that God had promised. For God had far better things in mind for us that would also benefit them, for they can't receive the prize at the end of the race until what? Until we finish the race. Verse 6 says, it is impossible to please God without faith. Here's another thing I want you to do. And I want to preface this by saying this, and listen to me. In just a second, we're going to see a very real life example of what trusting God looks like. But in the next 48 hours, I want you to do this. Whatever you're hanging on to, big, small, whatever, I want you to let it go. And then you're going to know 3 things. You're going to know the goodness of God, the love of God, and the faithfulness of God. But we will never, ever, ever know what that looks like unless we take that jump. Let me read Psalm 100. Psalm 100, this is a psalm of thanksgiving. And it says, shout with joy to the Lord, O earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before Him singing with joy. Yada, that the Lord is God. He made us. We are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving. Go into His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and bless His name, for the Lord is good. His unfailing love continues forever, and His faithfulness continues to each generation. Here's the odd thing if you pay attention to that in Scripture. Look at verse 4, where it says, we are the sheep of His pasture, enter His gates with thanksgiving. There was one time of year that the gates to the city were opened, and the sheep would go into the city to the temple. Not the people's sheep, but the sheep's sheep. But why would they go there? Why were they going one time a year into the gates, into the city, into the temple? One time a year.